Yo, welcome to Ain't No Manual. Today I got a special guest, Mr. Shawn Holmes. Now, Mr. Shawn Holmes is the owner of the first Black-owned beauty supply store in Troy, New York. So I brought Mr. Holmes in today because I noticed in my city, in Tampa, on the five major roads in the city, which are all connected to urban neighborhoods, there are at least 4 to 8 beauty supply stores on each road. And that's not including the other neighborhoods, the other urban suburban neighborhoods. There are hair stores there too, probably as many. And I'm noticing that, as I've grown up, I used to follow my mom to the hair store. She's going there to get products for herself and my sister. I would go because I always wanted to get the little bubble gum out the little machine next to the door. But growing up and, being in relationships, especially when you're in a relationship, that's a hair store run. So you're always going to the hair store with your wife or fiance, girlfriend, or whatever. I mean, even to the point I know my girl color and brand she like, 1B cake alone, But growing up and now that I'm growing my hair or whatnot, I'm spending more time in the store. But I'm noticing every time I'm going in the stores, I've never seen owners that look like me. So it kind of sparked a nerve in me, and I've been looking into the beauty supply business ever since. I remember one day last year I was going down Hillsborough Avenue. That's one of the main streets in Tampa, and I noticed there was a line of women lined outside the store, and across the street there was another line. So I'm like, man, what is going on with the beauty supply business? Like, it can't be that hard to slang hair bows and grease. So I started looking into it more. Now, around the same time, I'm strolling down Instagram, and I happen to see this guy, Shawn Holmes, who's having a grand opening for the first Black-owned beauty supply store in Troy, New York. And I was just amazed by that. So I followed you and kept up with you, and now I got you here because I want to help my city boss up. So it's going to be a boss up conversation. We're going to get to the root of everything here. Okay. So, again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome the owner of Holmes Beauty Supply Store, Shawn Holmes. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well, sir. Yeah. I'm actually overwhelmed and grateful that you reached out to me.
Yeah.
To have this discussion and conversation because it's important. And it's really a conversation that I want to have and that I'm eager to have because I want to help my people. Yeah. Oftentimes, as we coming up, we don't want to pull other people up with us. And it's important that we reach back and we help those who are really looking to make a difference and who want to, impact their communities. Because ain't nobody going to treat the Black community like Black folk.
That's right.
So it's important that we get the right people in place so that we can help and pull our people up. So I'm excited to have this conversation.
Yeah. Well, let's get into it then.
Okay.
Now, you're in Troy, New York. How long have you been in Troy, New York?
I've lived in Troy for about 8 years now. I'm originally from Brooklyn. Born and raised. I lived there for about, from Brooklyn, New York. I lived there for about 30 years, got married, relocated to St. Louis, Missouri. I lived there approximately 10 years. My parents got older, retired, started to, have some health issues. So that's what brought me to upstate New York.
Oh, okay.
To help, look after my parents, be caretaker. My mom in particular got very ill. So, that was my motivation for coming up this way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're from Brooklyn, New York. So
Brooklyn, do or die.
Do or die. You in Troy, New York, but Brooklyn's in the house, right?
But Brooklyn is in the house.
Yes, sir. Now, you grew up in the hip-hop age, I'm pretty sure. Hip-hop and crack era.
Big Heat, Jay-Z, yeah, those are the eras.
Yeah.
King, Big Daddy Kane, all of them.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
Kane was my dude, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, how was it growing up in that time, in that era in Brooklyn, when it all was just bubbling? We had the hip-hop going on. We had infestation of drugs in the neighborhoods.
Right.
It was changing for black people
Right.
in the 80s.
Right. So, but I can remember childhood, late 70s, early 80s. When the crack epidemic came, of course, it was rough. But I also remember growing up that we owned the majority of the businesses in the community. Black people owned the corner grocery stores. We
Right.
owned the laundromats, the liquor stores. Um, so even though it was a challenging time, we still seen representation of ourselves and our community in regards to business, being business owners and entrepreneurs. Yeah, so it was pretty tough. Yeah, a lot of our communities fell greatly due to that crack epidemic. A lot of the buildings that were there were demolished and became vacant lots. So it was a real transitional period during that time, you know. But I'm just
Yeah.
grateful that God kept us through it. He kept us safe and protected. Yeah, it was
Right.
pretty rough. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't have it was certain parts of the hood you had to be careful certain parts of the night to
Mhm.
walk through. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But yeah.
Right.
So it wasn't easy. Yeah.
Now, did you go to high school in Brooklyn or in St. Louis?
Oh no, I didn't get to St. Louis till I was in my 30s.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, Boys and Girls High in Brooklyn, right in Bed-Stuy. Yeah, I went to the high. Yeah, all of my schooling was in Brooklyn.
Did you go to college?
I did not go to college until I actually went to St. Louis. I
Okay.
went to Ashford University online, and
Okay.
that's when I was able to earn my degree. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, I got a business degree from Ashford University. Yep, and even that was a little challenging,
yeah.
'cause I waited until I was married, grown. I didn't have any children, but I did have my mom, who was ill at the time. So I brought her up there with me for a little while. So during that time, I was also in school. And then
School and work.
um, you're not as sharp
Mhm.
when you get older.
Right.
When 18 and 19, my mind is more sharper than when you get in your mid-30s, almost 40,
Right.
trying to get a degree. But it happened. I was able to do it, thank God.
So you transitioned from using books in high school to going online and attending classes online. Was that a hard transition?
No, because I was kind of used to the online.
Mhm.
I'm kind of disciplined like that. It's not for everybody. Some people need to be in the classroom, but I
Right.
was able to kind of leverage it,
Yeah.
leverage my time, to make sure that I put the study in. Because the instructor, you just there like 2-3 times a week for a few hours. So the study time, you got to be a discipline. Whether
Yeah.
you in the classroom or out, that study time got to be something that you disciplined to do.
You got to put in the work.
That's right. You got to put in that work.
Man.
Yes, sir.
You got your business degree. Is that what led you to get into the beauty supply store? What were you doing after you
And
got?
so I was growing up, my parents, they worked for the post office, and my dad worked for the New York City Parks Department and Recreation. He also worked for the post office. He also was a truck driver. And then we had a small little transportation business. So my mother always really had that entrepreneurial spirit in her. When we grew up, it really wasn't what kind of career you want. It was always what type of business you want to open. So she planted that seed in us.
Right.
Yeah, she planted that seed. And then we saw them do it, and struggle
Yeah.
through. It was a struggle. It wasn't all easy. It wasn't a piece of cake, but they really worked, and grew the business. And, it was successful for a while. It had its challenges. But just watching them in it, motivated us. My brothers, I got 3 brothers. So that motivated us to, okay, this is what we want to do.
Right. You want to own something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, that's the outlier because you grew up in it. Some people grow up when they're being told you got to go to college, get a job, work for someone else. But
Mm-hmm.
you grew up seeing it. I grew up
Right.
like that myself. Cause my father was an entrepreneur. He had his own business, but my mom worked, so I seen both sides of it: corporate, being self-employed.
Yes.
So yeah, that growing up like that, you knew that you were going to own something.
Yeah, yeah. And that hustle in New York City is so expensive. Like you got to have 2, 3 different things going on in order to survive because the cost of living is so high.
Wow,
Yeah, so they had that hustle in them. You know, my parents had that hustle. My mom had that hustle. She really, you know, she was into real estate. She worked for HUD, Housing and Urban Development, for the government. She worked for the post office. And then she did her little side hustles. And her motivation was to teach us so that we could see that we can do it. That was her motivation.
Y'all doing it.
Had these sons, and she wanted to make sure, you know, that she showed us the way.
Right.
Right, right.
We need all these moms.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's different these days. A lot of these parents, because I coach football, I get to work with, I get to see a lot of parents. And for our people, our generation, it's a lot of us still trying to live our younger lives, you know. And when you're trying to do that, you're not really raising your child to the best of your ability.
Right.
In the way anyone raises their child.
Right.
But you know, you have to instill that in them, and you have to grow up and show them.
Yeah, and they have to be intentional. You got to be intentional when you're raising these children. My mother is an example. You know, she just didn't do things haphazardly. She was intentional about everything she did. Example, she said after she finished high school, you know, going into the work field, she would go fill out applications. There was a lot of young men in there who didn't know how to fill out applications. So she would fill out hers and then be in there extra hour or two helping the young man, you know, fill out the job application. So she said, and you know, so she made up in her mind right then and there and decided, when I have sons, I'm going to make sure they know how to fill out applications. How, you know, that they know how to do the necessities in order to make it. Right. So at the age, my mom was you know, during that age, the 50, 60, 70, she was a typist, receptionist, secretary, you know, doing that type of work. So at 10 years old, my older brother and I, we knew how to type. I knew how to type. I knew I could really type. You know, at that time, we had them manual typewriters and not the computer keyboards, but I can type.
Click.
Yeah, the click and the roll back and have to white out your errors.
Match out the whole paper to start over.
Exactly. Man. So we go back from them eras. So so you got to saying all that to say you have to be intentional when you raising these children. You got to be intentional. You got to be on them. You know, you got to be strategic. Especially black children. You know, they set us up to fail.
Yeah.
It's up to the parents to make it different. Yeah.
Point out every corner and every hurdle and how to get around it.
That's right, how to get around it.
One
of the things is boosting their confidence. You understand? My mom knew. She said I was hanging out the stroller. I'm a big guy. I'm 6'5", older the beauty supply store, right? So she said she knew from young that I was going to be a big guy. You know? So, and she instilled in me, because you know how it is with bigger people, you know, bullying, you want to fit in with everybody else, be the average, you understand? So she said right away, look, you're going to be anything you want to be. You smart, you know, you can play any sport you want to. You can be anything except for a jockey. Don't get on nobody's horse. You know? Ride nobody's horse. But you could be anything else you want to be. And I really believe that.
Man, yes, sir.
And that's why I'm here today. I really, whatever I put my mind to, I really believe I can accomplish it. And with the help of God. Not on my own strength. And I was taught that too. You know, now my mother gone a year. But she introduced me to somebody that could help me when she could not. Somebody I can lean on when she's no longer here for me to lean on. You know, and that was important. So just bringing up, I'm just paying a lot of homage to her, because today is celebration of her death. She
Yeah.
died today a year ago. So today, is the first anniversary of her death. And I'm just grateful because I had a wonderful mom. And
Yeah.
she instilled a lot into me and my brothers. And that's why we're here today.
Yeah, I see it. I
Yeah,
see it. I guess she was a beautiful angel. I could
yes,
tell.
she was. Yes, she was. And she was the right mother for me. I
Yeah.
needed that type of mother.
Right.
She was born and raised in Brooklyn. Let me.
I already know what that means.
She would throw them hands. She didn't
Mhm.
play.
No, I'm from Florida, so I've never been to New York. I mean, I've been there a little visit. I was actually visiting Maryland, so it was just passing
Mhm.
through. But my perception of a New York woman is what I see on Everybody's Hate Chris. Damn,
It really is like
right?
that.
It's a cross between Mary J. Blige and Rochelle.
Uh, that's really how it
Compared
is.
to those two.
Yeah, it really how it is. Yeah,
Yeah,
they had to be tough.
yeah, man.
To be tough. I mean, black women overall got to be tough.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
they go through a lot. I mean, we go through a lot.
Uh-huh.
Even worse for them. It's even worse for a woman.
Yeah,
Black or
they
white.
the protectors of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, they protect us.
Now,
Yeah.
it's been a year today since she passed, and you just celebrated the opening of your store. That
Yeah.
was
So that kind of happened. So I opened the store. Our grand opening was February 6th, 2021, and I lost my mom March 29th.
oh,
So it was like a little over a month. So that was a challenge in itself. But we made it through. you
yeah,
know, with all them hurdles, with all them challenges, when you rely on God, He gives you the strength to make it through. Just the whole thing, opening in the midst of a pandemic, we were slated to open our business. First of all, just give you a background.
mhm,
Um, we were into real estate, and we were purchasing properties and fixing them up, renting them.
mhm,
Um, then we were looking to get into like the little corner stores, grocery stores.
right.
It's a few of them we were looking into that kind of fell through. So in conversations one day with one of my sister-in-law, she was so frustrated. She's like, this area don't have no beauty supplies, just one, and he's all the way downtown Troy. It's hard to get to because it's downtown. Then the parking is not good, So she was like, we need one like in the area that the people can walk to. So that kind of triggered something.
Yeah.
That was about 2017, 2018. And then my brother started looking into it. And then he happened upon these consultants who help black people open up beauty supply stores. So
Mhm.
that's what began the process with us. So we went full force with it in 2019. We were slated to open March of 2020, and then the pandemic happened. We still was trying to push forward, though. We got the property that we in now.
Mhm.
We got into the lease, signed the lease May of 2020, hoping to be open by the summer. It didn't happen. Hoping to be open at least by the winter of 2020. It didn't happen. And we wasn't actually able to open until February of 2021. So almost 11 months.
So you said in the beginning, you said you had some consultants, so they're the ones that helped you with starting the business.
Yeah, I hired some consultants
Mhm.
that will rename. I will choose not to say who they are.
Uh-huh.
Wasn't a good experience. I could have kind of did it on my own.
Mhm.
And they open on the guise of helping black people open up beauty supply stores, but they weren't the most honest people and the
Oh,
most integral people.
they
So
were scamming.
that's another thing. That's why I'm here to help those who are interested.
Mhm.
You don't have to go that route because the money that you spend on these consultants and stuff, you're going to need for your business, for your
What are,
product, merchandise, you
mhm.
know.
What are the consultants supposed to do?
So they were supposed to really teach you about the business, kind of hold your hand through the process, which they started out pretty good. but I don't know what happened after a while.
Mm-hmm.
The first initial steps of it, they were very helpful. But when it got down to the nuts and the bolts of it, you
Mm-hmm.
know, they were missing in action. You
Uh,
know, and that's why, you know, just do your research.
mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of other black business owners out there now, beauty
Right.
supply owners. If you're desiring to do it, try to connect with people that's going to help you and that's willing to assist you. I wouldn't go the consultant route because the money you use on that is the money you can use for your store and your
Right.
inventory. Yeah. So you got to be very, very wise and very strategic with how you use your resources and how you spend your money. Because
Now,
it's go
were you
ahead.
able to find a mentor once you were done with the consultants, or did they give you enough to
Now
take?
there's trial and error. I had to hit the floor running. I had put all everything I had into it at that time. I had to learn it. I had to hire some good, let me tell you, hire some good young ladies
Mm-hmm.
who are knowledgeable of not so much the business, but of the products.
Yeah.
So you got to have a good staff
Mm-hmm.
who knows hair. I'm talking about experts at hair.
Yeah.
Not just black people here, either white people, Spanish, whatever hair textures, different hair textures.
Right.
Yeah, very knowledgeable young ladies.
Yeah.
Shawn, you need to get this, order this. You know, that was very helpful. So that's what I did. I found some knowledgeable people to help me.
Now,
YouTube show you almost everything. It's a lot of resources out there. So just
right.
do your homework. Yeah, do your homework, do your research, reach out to people. Yeah, that'll
That,
be willing to help you. It's a lot of good people out there that
right.
know the struggle and who be willing to give you good advice.
Yeah, that's the key thing that you said was to do your research, because in any business you get into, there's people out there that's ready to scam you out of your money.
Oh,
That's
immediate.
in any business.
Yes, immediately. You got to be careful. So do your research, find, connect with the good people and the
Mm-hmm.
people who already have the businesses.
Right.
They got Facebook platforms. I'm telling you, do your research, do your homework. You understand? You're not going to have everything you need. If I waited till I had everything I needed to purchase a home or to start a business, I would have never did it.
Right.
Yeah. So what you
It's
got to
gonna
do,
be that way.
yeah, you have to have the faith, and then you have to have a good work ethic.
Right.
Because you combine that faith with a good work ethic, you will experience success. Period. Period.
Yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. I didn't have resources. I didn't have two quarters to run together.
Mm.
But I had the faith and
Yeah.
I had a good work ethic. And I started walking toward it. And
Mm-hmm.
as I began to walk toward it, the provision was made. That's just how God works.
Right.
Yeah. You
Yeah, you
have
might see it down the road, but you just got
yeah,
those
he'll
steps.
provide it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even if you moving in the wrong direction, he'll redirect you.
Right.
Yeah. Have faith and get the moving. Don't
Yeah.
be stagnant. Don't stay still. Don't be undecisive. Move.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're moving in the wrong direction, he'll say, no, go that way.
Yeah.
He'll redirect you. But you got to move. You can't
Yeah.
stay stuck.
He'll put something in your way down the
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
way. You just gotta recognize it.
That's
Can't
it.
keep your own head. You gotta learn
That's
how to
it. That's
recognize
it.
presence.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So if you have that faith and you got a good work ethic and you're going to do your research and put the work in it, then
Mm-hmm.
just go forward. I'm telling you, things will fall in line.
Yeah.
You will find resources. You will find help that you didn't even know was out
Now, it's been a year. You
there.
celebrated last Sunday, made it a year.
Yeah. Sunday
And
we
then
celebrated. February 6th was the year.
February 6th was the year.
Celebrated it on Sunday.
So you opened up the store,
Mm-hmm.
the tragedy with your mom,
Mm-hmm.
and then you had another tragedy.
Yeah. So my mom passed in March of 2021, and then my wife passed away in July of 2021. A car accident. So yeah,
In a car accident.
I had to navigate through that. Right.
Man.
Navigate through that.
And you're
A week after I buried my wife, I launched the salon part of the store. Because
right.
we didn't have a salon. We just had the beauty supply part.
Oh, okay.
Partnered with somebody and we launched the salon part.
How do you do it? How do you keep focused?
God. It was help from God, the strength from God. Just a lot of prayer, a lot of meditation. And it was good actually for me to be busy. Because in addition to this, I still have my career. I still have my 9-to-5 job.
So you still working 9 to 5 and
Still
then
working 9 to 5.
beauty supply store.
Yes. And I run a beauty supply store. So even when I'm not there, I'm still there. If I'm working from home, a lot of times I've been working from home. We just now getting back into the office at my 9 to 5. But I'm always doing stuff. I'm telling you. I'm right here.
You on the grind.
Yeah, I got wigs, mannequin, wigs, mannequin hair. I'm always doing something. I have to try out this inventory. When the inventory come in, you try to find vendors and stuff. So you got to try out this hair. I'm telling you, it's a lot involved into it. And I was laughing when you said you knew your girl and what she liked, the 1B Kinkerline. And I was like, I didn't even know that much. I do nothing when I got into it. So the girls I hired said, before this is over, you going to know the difference between human. When somebody walk in here, you going to know if that's human or synthetic hair. Man. And lo and behold, a year later, I can tell what's sitting on top of their head, what color it is. Yeah, right. What color, what texture, I know it.
Yes. Yeah. I have a daughter, so I always hey, I'm the father that gets the daughter's hair done. So y'all store shampoos, conditioners. So you gotta know the brand in there. And plus for girls, so
I never do that. But I stay my house I got. And I'm telling you, I didn't stage this for this meeting. This stuff is just right near my office at the house.
All right.
Cosmetics, the stuff I got to take to the store. Products.
Oh, man,
stuff I'm in the process of. This is the stuff I actually sell at the store. This tea tree oils. This is hair food.
Yeah.
Hair food for our scouts in here. This helps us. This peppermint oils. I'm in the process of trying to, we getting a lot of guys coming into the shop whose hair is thinning and falling out. Young guys too.
Right.
Almost close to 50. That's expected for me. But when you're in your late 20s, early 30s, you're not expecting for your hair to be full, So they really struggle. The guys are really struggling with this stuff. You think it's just the ladies, who are so with their parents and their hair. No, it's the guys too. So I'm in the process of trying to find some, come up with a concoction to kind of stimulate hair growth in men.
Right.
In particular. Yeah. To help with the thinning and help the hair, the follicles, make it grow and stimulate the follicles to help to help with hair growth and things like that. So I'm in the process of coming up with some stuff. So I've just got stuff always. I live it now. It's just a part of my life.
Yeah.
Wigs and mannequins and ain't nothing. I'm not wearing them.
Now you
that's just part of you have to live this.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have seen this 3 years ago that I would, have this type of stuff in my dining room and then where my office is. But it's just, you have to live it and you have to make, nobody going to ensure your success but you.
Right.
Yeah.
You just said you couldn't have seen this 3 years ago. So 3 years ago, you wasn't thinking about a beauty supply.
Not no beauty supply store. I was thinking real estate is my passion, the real estate and the and I wanted to do the corner grocery stores. Come on, I'm a big guy. I know about food. I don't need a consultant about food. I know. Then my mom worked for HUD. So she was very savvy in the real estate, you know. So yeah, we had that knowledge. So that's something. So the beauty supply is something different. It's a beast though. It's not easy.
Yeah, now let's
Conquer this. We can do anything.
anything.
Yeah, this is the hardest. Like God gave us the hardest thing first.
Oh.
Once we do this, it's gonna be easy selling.
Yes.
Yeah, after this, it's gonna be easy selling.
Now with this beauty supply store,
Mm-hmm.
and it's been a year for you. What's next? You have the store where you're selling the products.
Mm-hmm.
We spoke earlier. You made me realize that it's more than just grease.
Mm-hmm.
Chemicals,
Uh-huh.
have hair. Like, what are the different departments of it?
Yeah, you got your accessories, all of the bows and the beads and the head wraps and the bonnets, and those are the accessories and the rollers and the eyelashes, and you know those are your accessories. Then you got your actually chemicals, what they consider chemicals. Those are the products. That's your shampoos. Those are your gels. Those are your hairsprays. Those are all the different oils. And then you have your wigs. You know, your braid hair. There's so many different types of hair. So many. I mean, it's like it can be really overwhelming. Yeah.
With your having a shop, you have to go to a wholesale or a warehouse.
Oh yeah, I got to do the wholesaling, which is very hard. They make it very, very hard, especially for black owners,
Are
because
any of them black owned?
no, we got one black. That's what we need. We need some black owned wholesalers.
So, but in a hair store,
Mm-hmm.
some of the products are manufactured by black owned companies. And are they sending their products to the other warehouses to get distributed to you?
I have some local black vendors who do who sell products that I can get it directly from them. That's just a few, but the major ones, the majors are the ones you have to put in the application for, and they give you these kind of like setting you up to fail. Oh, your first order got to be $10,000. Like, who got $10,000 just for braid hair, just opening up the store? You know,
Right. It's crazy that they would make it difficult.
Yeah, they
make themselves richer.
Yeah, yeah, but they limit it to who they want to sell to. It's very tricky, and this is why we got to start, because the more of us get into this, then the more bargaining we can do.
Right.
More power that we have. Yeah, but the thing is, we have to stick together.
Right.
Yeah, we have to stick together.
So we have to spend money with our black-owned store.
Oh, that's not thing. See, you know, I got a little jealous when you were saying that people were lined outside the store. I haven't experienced that yet.
Oh man, I took a video.
I want them to be lined up outside of Holmes Beauty Supply too.
Right.
Yeah, we haven't experienced that, so it's important that when these black businesses get here, that you support them.
Yeah. When I was coaching a youth league and I needed to raise some money for my team, I went to a couple of these stores because all the kids they're coming to practice in the game. Mothers are bringing them,
right?
Seeing them a lot. And I figured, hey, the hair store should be the best place to go. They spend money all day there,
right?
You know, they know our people. They know these kids. You know, right. I went to a couple of stores and I got turned down. They didn't even want to talk. They stopped talking English to me.
Yeah,
and it really kicked into me, like, you know, all of these stores are in all of our neighborhoods.
Or for our people, and do not want to give back to the communities that's making them filthy, dirty rich. That's an insult, because you're supposed to support the communities that give you all that good business.
It is.
Makes you all of that good money. And this is why they need to stay out of them places and support us, because we support our people.
Right.
You understand? We got free pop-up shops at Holmes Beauty Supply. We help the vendors out. We purchase product from the local vendors in the area. We had a fashion show. I sent you the video to the youth fashion show, Winter Wonderland fashion show we had in January. On April 24th, we have a youth talent show where they can display their talent. Then we're going to have a free pop-up shops. We're going to have a pop-up shop for them also, so they can sell whatever products they want. If they sell a lemonade, if they whatever they doing, if they making product, whatever their talent is, we want to put them on display.
Man, that's awesome.
You're not going to find that with people of other nationalities.
Right.
When that type, I'm not going to say everybody, but very rarely. It's rare that you will see that. And that's just why it's important to support our own people, because nobody going to look after us like we do.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's important.
You know, I don't blame other people from coming into our neighborhoods and benefiting off of our culture, because we're not doing it.
Right.
It's not their fault. I'm not even mad at them.
No.
Mad at us.
It's enough for everybody.
Right.
And then expecting more from them. I'm going to patronize you, but you're not going to give back to support our children and in our communities.
Yeah, that's not
support your business.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
I'm not going to support your business.
Yeah,
that's it. I'm not going to support your business. Oh, you can't give a donation toward the sports team? Then we're not coming back in here.
Right.
And if we make those kind of stances, then they would change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it has to change, because, you know, these stores they're a big part of our women's lives, because they're going to grow up in the store. Like you have a store, you have ladies that's going to come in there now, and then they're going to have a daughter.
Right.
Coming back with their daughters. They're going to keep coming to your stores until till their time is up. And all of these stores are experiencing this in these neighborhoods, because they've been in the neighborhoods for I was a teenager. But they're not giving back. They're not helping the situation. And we're not benefiting from that. Not that they owe, but if you're in our neighborhood and you
they owe. And that's what
they do.
Yes, sir. Yes, they do owe us. Yeah. You come in my community and we making you rich, and you think you don't have to give anything back, then we're going to shut you down. You got to go. And we're going to put somebody in here who know what to do. Right. Know how to support. Because when you building up the community, you helping your own business. Yeah. That's what we want to do. I went to Troy. People talked about Troy. And people still talk about Troy. Oh, why you put your store in Troy? Look, I'm from the hood. I'm from Brooklyn. I know how to deal with my people. Right. I'm not afraid of my people. I know how to tolerate my people. I know how to treat my people. And it's going to be with dignity, and it's going to be with respect. That's it. Yeah. Right. And with love. Everybody come in there and get love, regardless of what your nationality is. Everybody gets respect. Yeah. You get love back. And this is what we deserve. And then some of them come in there out of pocket. Some of them come in there rude and nasty. But we still going to show them love. We still going to be professional. We still going to be respectful. You're not going to see us tussling and beating up the women in our right. Like, what kind of craziness is that? And then you still file in and lined up around the corner at these stores, even after you being treated like this. Right. Bad. It's like we think we don't deserve any better. Yeah. Yeah. We got to require more. We got to require more. We got to think more of ourselves, and we got to think that we deserve more and that we deserve better. Man. And not just with my store, with any store, any Black-owned store, any minority-owned store. Like, support. You got to support. Man. You got to support, in particular, the Black-owned, because we don't get enough support. Our businesses close the quickest. Yeah. Look. We get charged. We don't have the same resources as these other places. We get charged. Like, for example, I had something, and I think the guy was exaggerating a little bit. Oh, in such and such place, this was $5. and I had it like for $7. Oh, that's too much. This is $4 in such and such place. I said, I didn't even pay $4 to get there. So I'm gonna just give that to you, huh? I didn't even pay $4 for. So what kind of profit is the store? If I did that, I wouldn't be in business. I said, aren't you aware? And I said, I don't know if that store charged $4 for that, because that's not what this is going for. We have competitive prices. I said, so I'm not certain of that. But are you aware that we are being charged more to acquire this merchandise than the other people of other nationalities?
Right.
You know, we have to pay more to get it in, to sell it to you. So just take that into consideration and stop haggling us all the time, trying to get something for nothing or trying to get a discount, or because at this point we're really trying to we're giving it to you at the best rates that we possibly can in order to sustain, you know? So you have to take, once we get in a better position, then we be able to lower our prices.
Right.
Yeah, but we have to get to that point. You know, we need to start having seats at the table.
At the table.
Right now, we don't have those seats at the table. Therefore, we have to pay top price. Right. So just take that in consideration. And that's in all retail, food, everything. Mm-hmm. We get charged the most. It's basically they setting us up to fail. But right. we can get through it.
Yeah.
We got to stick together. I have some vendors who outright, the ones that y'all love to purchase from, the most famous brands, Janet, Outre, that just refuse to do business with, I want to say some black business owner. I don't just want to say me, but I've heard some other owners say the same thing. So what they say is, we already selling at such and such, just 2 or 3 miles from you. It's only 2 beauty supply stores in Troy. Like, and he is a few miles from me. So why can't you open an account with me? Because you sell until we are not really like direct competitors with each other. He's downtown and I'm in right the heart of Troy. Like, why can't you open? But those are the games that they play.
Man.
Those are the type to keep us out. They don't want us to succeed. And then if we do get accounts with them, a lot of times they want to sell us the old outdated stuff, the stuff that's popping and the colors that's popping and the products that's popping. They really don't want to sell to us. They want to give it to their people. And it's a lot that we have to go through, and this is the importance of why you have to support. They don't sell this, they ain't got nothing in there. Our people just can be so negative, and that's because they're ignorant in a lot of ways. Right. If you learn the struggles that these business owners have to go through, then you will have a better understanding.
Right, man.
Yeah, we really have to support each other. Yeah. We really, really do. Because in order for us to have an establishment, being an entrepreneur, we had to work 50 times harder to get it.
Right.
And to be in a position to sell to you. We had to work hard to get there. And that's why it's important for us to support each other. We have other nationalities that will drive miles out of their areas to go support their own.
And we got to do the same.
At the corner store, because it's the most convenient, they will get in their car and they'll drive an hour out just to support their own. I've seen it with my own eyes and my own experiences. They will go out the way to support their own. And here we are right here with the opportunity to support somebody right on the corner, and you choose to go out to support another. That don't make makes sense. We got to do better. We got to come up. We got to come up and we got to help each other.
That's the whole reason I wanted to interview you, man, because I
Yeah.
want people to see that we can do it. I want to hear right from you, a person that is doing it.
Yes.
And hopefully it'll spark some minds and some souls and get them motivated to want to get together and help make a change.
Oh, pull them resources. Pull them resources. That tax money, I probably already spent it this year.
Yeah.
But next year, tax money, a few of y'all get together and pool that money together and start a business.
Yes, sir.
Be a restaurant or a hair salon or a beauty supply store or anything. Yeah, you can pool your resources. We can get there individually, but we'll get there much quicker together.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's very important, very, very important that we really, really come together. This is the time of coming together. Yeah. We got to come together. We got to pull together. We got to work together.
Well, we're going to do it. I'm definitely going to be reaching out to you because
oh, yes.
I'm trying to do this thing myself. It's a lot of opportunity around here. And if our people support each other,
oh, yes,
open up for everyone else, too.
That's right. I'm looking forward to seeing a beauty supply in Florida in one of those areas, Black owned, wrapped around the corner.
Wrapped around the corner.
That's right. That's Black owned. Wrapped around the corner. The same energy.
The same energy.
Or more. The same energy or more that we do for other people, we should do for ourselves.
Yeah. Well, hey, Mr. Holmes, man, I thank you for your time. I know you're a busy, busy brother, man. Your time today, and I know this is going to change a lot of lives around here. We got a lot of people trying to be entrepreneurs, and they just got to take that step. And I think this conversation we have with a lot of people is definitely helping me. So, man,
thank you, good brother.
Hey.
And we be online. We be having our online sales in a few weeks. That'll be www.holmesbeautysupply.com. HolmesBeautySupplyStore.com. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, IG, Holmes Beauty Supply Store.
Yes, sir.
You'll be able to support us online in the next few weeks by mid-April.
Hey, y'all go support, order online. You know, when your products, go online and order it now.
That's right. That's right.
All right, my brother. I'm going to be hitting you back up later, man. Thank you again.
Thank you. God bless you.
God bless you too, bro.
You take care.
Ain't no manual. We out.
That's it.
Just slow down, you catch up. Run up on something you can't handle. It's up, it's down on annual. For me, ain't no manual. Ain't no manual.